So my name's Jason Fisher, aka Tiny Dynos.
Yeah, cop looks kind of blank.
Been a Las Vegas local for about the last 5 years. Been climbing here for about 10 years.
Come on. You can definitely go up there.
Recently been very interested in kind of getting out there, exploring and establishing new lines, and mixing that up with climbing other people's climbs, and yeah, and putting up my own, and just been having fun with it. I think the aspect of naming a boulder is also kind of fun and unique. You're the first person to climb it and you're like, okay, cool, what kind of name, what kind of legacy or name do I want attached to this boulder that has meaning and value to me? This particular boulder, there's a feature, so not necessarily on the razor's edge part of the climb, but there's a feature in the center of the boulder that when I look at it, my brain immediately thinks, oh, that looks like a nose. And so I wanted to have the name of the boulder somewhat associated with facial features or something like that. And so I picked the name of that climb on the boulder first. I was thinking like, how do I want to incorporate nose? I came up with there's a saying called under your nose. And so I called it under your nose. And then I wanted to have the names for the other climbs on the boulder that also incorporated some kind of facial feature. And to me, on the razor's edge, there's a hold that's quite sharp. On the right hand, and a razor maybe when you're thinking about shaving, if you're talking about facial features or whatnot. And then there's one more climb on the boulder too that goes to the right of under your nose, and so I called it Play It By Ear. I was interested last season in a pretty popular climb over in the right fork of Black Velvet called Thuggish Ruggish. Decent amount of ascents, and I tried it last season and got pretty close with a kind of unique alternate beta, and then came back this season and was thankfully able to put it down pretty quickly. But as I was sitting up in the wash where Thuggish Ruggish sits on the top of, I was like, you know what, I bet you there's probably some other climbs down lower in that wash of where Thuggish Ruggish sits. From the guidebook perspective, there wasn't anything that I could tell that was established there. I asked around a little bit. Some people had explored there, but not too much. And so figured, you know what, I've done Thuggish Ruggish, why don't I look around, see what else is there, and stumbled across not necessarily like the most mega of lines, but some pretty fun ones, I thought. And so, yeah, that's how I found these ones.
You got an obvious jug here, right? What could you do? Oh, that's hard to pull up. I think I might need to go right hand first. Oh, missed the hole. Oh, it's so tiny. Oh. Oh. Oh, no way. You have to do this, but it's so hard. This is hard. Oh, that wasn't that far off, but I really need to hold tension on this. Oh, it's really difficult. I don't think I can. Damn. Okay. Up to that. And then push off that foot Try and really hold the tension.
But for me, I've always been somewhat humbled and kind of look up to people who go out of their way to find the boulders, clean the boulders. For those who don't do a lot of first ascents, you might not realize how many boulders you find that are super chossy or just never turn out to be good.
Well, that was detached.
Maybe you find a face that's super overhung. You're like, whoa, this is gonna be the next wet dream. And you get there and there's no holds on the face. Or you touch a hold and it just blasts off in your face because it's total choss kind of thing, right? And so I've always been humbled by the people who have put in the energy and time to establish lines that then all these other people get to enjoy.
Oh, it's... Oh! Oh, it tickled it.
You've got so many local legends. Max, Ravioli Biceps, he's done a huge amount of FAs here. Craig Berman, you flip through the guidebook, you'll see his name all over the place, done so many first ascents. Tom, who wrote the guidebook, going around to all the canyons, doing first ascents.
Oh. Okay. Woo. Then it swapped, then it's dropped me. Damn.
Go.
And I felt like while I've done a lot of established climbs, I wanted to kind of give back to my community as well. And maybe I haven't found the most king lines yet or anything to that nature, but at least I'm going out there and trying to get stuff that other people can eventually enjoy as well. And so I always enjoy feedback, and I look forward to seeing people maybe trying out some of the climbs I do as well.
Oh!
Wow.
Maybe I need to stay on this. Damn. That's really hard though. Whew.
So one of the unique things I think about with first ascents is you see a blank kind of canvas, you kind of touch around, you look at holds, depending on the size of the boulder, maybe you put a rope on it if you need to check out some stuff up higher and whatnot, but you don't have like anything to build off of, right? Nobody has climbed it yet at this point. And so you kind of observe, you touch holds, you try out different things, and as you're going through that first ascent, depending on how difficult the climb is or whatnot, you might have to kind of evolve your beta as you move along. And this one, Razor's Edge, I had to modify my beta over sessions, and it's not even one where I could like spend one entire session and try different beta, because it's also intensive strength-wise, right? So I'd have to like try some stuff, get to a point where I'm like, oh, I know I can do it this way, but it's gonna be hard. And then I come back and I'm like, I look at it again with a fresh set of eyes, even like maybe a week later, and I'm like, you know what, maybe I could actually do it a different way. And so you'll see here the way I did the first ascent is I grabbed that right hand crimp, the sharp one, kind of did a move out laterally to this mono-y, pinchy kind of hold. And what I was trying to do before, which worked, I got it in isolation, was quite tough, was this heavy drop knee, kind of try to do somewhat dynamic, but not foot cutting out left.
Oh! Oh!
And I stuck it once and I was like, you know what, this way can definitely go. Is this the way I want to do it? And I kind of tunnel visioned into that for a little bit and then came back the next week and I was like, wait a minute, there's a jug here. What I'm trying to do before was somewhat dynamic, no foot cut move out to the arete and then cross into the jug. What if I just jump straight into the jug?
Oh! Then maybe I should just go to the jug.
Cut feet, still from a drop knee, but hit the jug and then like hold the swing. Tried it once and it just went. And then did it whatever it was 2 or 3 attempts later. And it's like, wow, I put all this effort into this climb that I was expecting to be really hard for me. And it was still hard. But then you get that mindset, it's like, wait, how hard is it? Because I shifted my beta a little bit and all of a sudden it went faster. to me, that's another beauty of the FAs, right? Like you're the first person to come at it and you find a way that works for you, and maybe somebody will come later and find a way that works for them. I think that's kind of the cool aspect of, for me with the first ascent, like really that first vision and even having to modify that as you go along.
Woo!